Want to visit 2 countries for the price of 1? Well, you're in luck, because TAP Portugal offers a stopover program where you can stop in Lisbon on the way to your destination. That's exactly what I did when I was on my way to Morocco. And we're off to Lisbon on TAP Portugal. I think this is my first time flying TAP, but I'm super excited. Heading onto the plane right now. Pretty full flight. I was very impressed with TAP Portugal. The seats were very comfortable and the food was good on the plane. While things are always changing, I had to show a PCR test on arrival in Portugal, show my vaccine card, and fill out a passenger locator form. So I just arrived in Lisbon airport. I'm in the bathroom because I had to change. It was getting pretty hot. But let's go. We're gonna take the metro into the city and get checked in at the Lisbon destination hostel. The Lisbon International Airport is super well connected to the city and only took 20 minutes to get in downtown. So I finally made it to Lisbon. Check it out. It's just like the sun is about to rise and we're just here and like nobody else is up. And I have this whole square to myself. But for now, I'm going to find where I'm staying and just check in a little early, hopefully. But for now, let's get going. Hello everyone, I just arrived to Lisbon, Portugal, and oh my gosh, I'm so happy. The weather is perfect and I just am like, I can't believe I'm freaking in Europe again. I'm so excited. So I checked into destination Lisbon hostel and they actually have a beautiful private room for me there. But I came over here just to get some work done and to have this amazing view at their sister property, the Sunset Hostel in Lisbon. And there's a pool. They're located right by the waterfront. You can see the iconic red bridge over there and Christ statue up over there. But yeah, I'm so excited to get exploring today. There's a free walking tour that I'm gonna do. Whenever you're in Europe, you should always check. They have these Sanderman's free walking tour, and it's such a great way to meet people. Because if you're traveling solo like me, that's a great spot because there's always people going to those tours to get some information, get the lay of the land before you start exploring on your own. Also, it just, as I said, you get some amazing recommendations and I just always have a good time on them. So I'm gonna go check that out at 2 p.m. today and grab some food, relax. Today is about just really getting my bearings in Lisbon and bringing you along with me as I discover it. But from the airport to get into downtown was very easy. I got the day pass. Cost €6 and like 70 cents, and I'm able to use that on all the buses and metro, and it just was a quick like 25 minutes and it saved me €20 in an Uber. So definitely something to look into if you don't want to spend all the money on Ubers and taxis and want to just do it yourself. But let's get going. All right, bye rooftop, we'll see you later. So here we are, just about to head down one of the most iconic streets in Lisbon. And can you guess what one that is? Let me know in the comments if you can think of what may be the most iconic street, but I'll let you know. You guessed right if you wrote Pink Street. Pink Street actually used to be the Lisbon red light district where sailors and gambling houses and brothels all came together in one seedy place. Now it's one of the hippest areas. So the thing about the Pink Street is come early because it is super busy. So I will be definitely coming back there earlier in the morning. But this morning I just had to get some work done, just relax because I'm tired after a long flight, and just enjoy the views from the Sunset Hostel because they were beautiful. And now let's head back to the Lisbon Destination Hostel and get ready for the free walking tour. So actually heading back to the hostel right now, but yeah, so far it's so beautiful. This must be one of the main shopping streets because I've seen everything from like mango to Nespresso, and yeah, just so many cool shops and people selling art along the side of the walking path. It's definitely something I hadn't seen in a while because yeah, you know, Europe is actually awesome and just so unique. And around every corner you find something really cool like this elevator. But we'll go up that later on or tomorrow. There's so much to do, so little time, and I'm really excited to bring you along with me and explore more of Lisbon. Where to stay? I stayed by the Rossio Square, close to the train station and all the different neighborhoods of Lisbon. And of course, Starbucks. But we're heading upstairs. Before I get changed for the tour, let me show you my hostel. I was really setting in after I was watching people eat breakfast after having no sleep, but I was ready to hit this city and head to my free walking tour. Sandeman's free walking tour me at Camões Monument in Praça Luís de Camões and offers the tour twice a day in English and Spanish.
It's known to be the place where you can have an imperial, so a beer here at night. I read a few weeks ago that it's estimated, the high neighborhood is around 15-20 blocks. So apparently there are 300 bars in the high neighborhood, so that's why probably I lose my imagination. Pica are 4 letters that...
I'm learning about the architecture to the tiles beneath your feet. You truly realize all the magnificent details around a city when you walk around it.
And they generally have symbols, so they follow a pattern. I bring a picture because
I truly found it interesting that each tile is hand placed in the city of Lisbon, so definitely don't forget to look down when you're visiting. So the cool thing about this tour is that it's free, but you pay what you wish, and they bring you down some really beautiful streets. We just walked down that blue street, learning all about the history of people like Fernando Pessoa. I need to look that up, but he was a famous poet, and it made it, before he died, they only thought he wrote one book, but he actually created about 80 different types of poet personas, and it was actually him writing under different names his entire life. So he had so many different pseudonyms to write and showcase his work. But damn, this is such a beautiful, colorful city. There's about 26 people on this tour, but you can really get a good, well-rounded knowledge of the city before you head off on your own. But these streets are so freaking beautiful. Everywhere you turn, there's shiny buildings, tiles, color. I mean, they don't call it the City of Light for nothing. And part of the reason why you go on these like free walking tours is they take you down these streets and alleys that you may not have walked by and point out things like the oldest bookstore or the cafe that's just super beautiful, and I'm definitely going back. But yeah, this is super cool. Don't know what it is. You may realize, for being Europe's second oldest capital city, the buildings in Lisbon are quite new, and that's because in 1755, a massive earthquake and tsunami destroyed most of the city, like the Carmo convent, losing its roof and making it unusable. There are so many stories that I learned on this tour about how the destruction really altered the course of the Portuguese Empire. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think they did a pretty good job rebuilding, don't you think? So we're here on this famous like elevator thing, and actually you don't have to pay for it, I guess. You get to come up the back way when you come with the guide who knows where they're going, and there is such a cool view. Check this out.
Where you can drink a beer or a glass of wine. The top of the hill, do you see that? That is Nossa Senhora do Monte. It will be something like Our Lady of the Hill. Senhora do Monte. The sunset, the sun just falling in the ocean. If you go there with a fresh beer, a fresh glass of wine, if the company is good, well, it's an amazing plan. If the company is bad, it's not that such a
It is super windy, but it's really cool. Too bad you can't go to the top right now because of COVID, but it is definitely a sight to see. The elevator that brings you up here costs like €5, which I don't think is worth it because you can't even go all the way to the top. And you can just walk up here for free. You'll see this cafe, so I would highly recommend you put Casa Portuguesa do Hostel Tour. Definitely saying that wrong. But yes, definitely come here because you get good views, a rooftop bar, and you also don't have to pay the €5 to go up the famous elevator. I need to look up the name of that, but for real, definitely a great place that we found because of the tour guide. I definitely lost the tour by accident, so I don't know where they went, but I'm gonna see if I can find them. Oh, I was looking for the tour.
Checking that you are not
What?
We are just my girlfriend.
You were
and I,
checking?
We checked it, but no one else checked it that you are not aware.
Oh yeah. I was like,
they are running now.
oh no.
We have to run together.
Okay. Thank you for coming back. After catching up with the tour, we visited the Church of São Domingos. It is crazy how a place so beautiful can also have such a sinister past. This was the home to the Portuguese Inquisition. Standing in the same place since the 13th century, you can still see the heat stains on the pillars that occurred from the fires and the damage from the earthquakes. So this is actually one of the main churches where they did the Inquisition, when they were basically trying to make sure everybody was Catholic in the area. But yes, this church is old and has a lot of history. The only bad thing about going on these walking tours is you have to walk by pretty streets like this. But yes, I'll catch up with the tour, maybe, but at the same time, I'm like really tired. I need to go back to the destination hostel to put my stuff in my room. I have a private room. I'm super excited for that. I'm gonna take a nap, maybe get a bafana sandwich to go from somewhere and just chill for a little bit and then do something for fun at night. I don't know. I keep falling behind in this group, but I just am so tired. It's kind of hard to keep track. And I want to, I don't know, just take it in. I mean, it's been a while, Europe, but I'm so freaking happy I was able to make it. I took actually 2 COVID tests to make sure that I was going to be able to get on my plane. I took a PCR test as well as a rapid antigen test to come. And then I haven't even slept. I'm just going. So I definitely will take a nap. But for now, let's get back to the tour. Passing the Santa Justa lift, we head to the Rua de Augusta. Here you come and see street performers perform, have a meal at a cafe, and enjoy the pedestrian walking street all the way to the yard. There's so much happening on this street. It is very distracting. That was cute. Wow. Finally getting to the main section where you see the most iconic shot in terms of Lisbon. There's so much going on here. Whoa. The Arc of Rua Augusta was built to commemorate the rebuilding of the city of Lisbon, and you can actually go to the top of it for €3 or with the Lisboa card. The Praça do Comércio was built on top of the Iberia Palace after it was destroyed in the 1755 earthquake. Here you can see Jose I in the center of the square on his horse, who helped commission the rebuilding that was finished in the late 18th century. Finally, after the tour was complete, I needed to get some coffee and a little something sweet. A long day calls for some coffee, or as they say here, bica, which is how you order like some espresso and have some espresso with some sugar. But bica is actually an acronym, and it stands for the coffee you order. And I'm right now at Barrio Portugal, and so far, So good. It's so strong, the coffee. And I got some pastries as well. This pastry is super good. Look at this. And it only cost me €1.10. So let me dig it. Definitely good. Time for an excuse to rest. I wanted to give you a room tour. So guys, I'm finally here at Destination Lisbon Hostel, and as you can see, this place is super clean and really nicely designed. But let's walk into the room. I have a private room here, and it's awesome because I have a desk, air conditioning, which is a must-have, a chair to sit in, as well as a bathroom to myself. So many people think of hostels and think, I'm not gonna have my own personal space, it's just for kids. But honestly, there is so many different types of hostels. There's boutique hostels, there's hostels that are located in unique spots, like destination hostels located in the historic train center. Talk about perfect location. You could hop on a train for like half-day trip and go to Sintra and come back. It's that amazing. And not only that, people think hostel like the movie Hostel, but really there's a lot that have amazing, clean, affordable spaces and offer a boutique environment. Here they allow you to go to their sister hostel, Sunset Hostel, which overlooks the beautiful Tagus River and has a little pool so you can take a dip, and they also have a bar and everything, so you can just chill there and enjoy a beautiful view of Lisbon. But here I have my own private room. I'm located very centrally and have a TV. Like, this place is everything you need. I just got into Lisbon and I've already had such an amazing time. The staff here showed me around earlier this morning. I took a free walking tour. I walked around, had some coffee, had some pastries, and dang, man, so far I am so happy to be back in Europe. I've missed it so much, and just walking around, like, there was a smile from ear to ear. And now I'm just going to enjoy my room and maybe see what's up, because one thing about hostels, which is nice, is when you're traveling solo, there are so many travelers here, and I'm really excited to meet some people from around the world because I've been missing that. But for now, let's go see what's downstairs. Finally, it was time to check out what people were doing later on in the evening. I went downstairs, grabbed some coffee at Starbucks, and then got ready to see what Pink Street was like at night. And as you can guess, it got pretty wild. If you want to follow along on these Lisbon and Morocco adventures, be sure to hit subscribe and like and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a beat. And also, please let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions or questions about traveling to Lisbon.